Greetings everybody and welcome back to another livestream recap. As you might know, I'm ImagineerDave, the host of this channel, and I work towards Minecraft's most realistic railway. That being said, today I'd like to take you into the episodes 161 till 170 of the Create SMP series. So let's dive right into what happened starting at episode 161. Or well, I should have said episodes 161 till 164 at least. After the last livestream recap ended in building the main street, a big part of the Shepperton expansion plan, it was time to fill in other areas. In episode 161 I decided to start focus on the area in front of the coal mine, which of course also needs a place for its workers to live. This empty space in front of the coal mine turned out to be a great place to develop some small housing for the workers of the mines. Sadly, the episodes 161 and 163 are missing. Probably because I forgot to download them and Twitch has a short time where you can download the live streams. Besides that, my game crashed in episodes 161, rendering the replay mode recordings basically useless, so I'm showing the progress of what we made in episode 162. In this episode, as you can see, we started work on the main infrastructure of the plan and got a gate in front of the coal mine complex. After this short while building on the server, we went straight back to the creative design world and started laying down house plans and the first facades in episode 163. The plan here was to make a so-called corporate housing area, meaning these houses were purposely built by the mining company and therefore could also be in a different style from the surrounding area. To keep with realism, these houses are kept relatively simple and similar, a way in which these corporate housing plans were also built in real life. To stay within our time frame of the 1900s, I decided to add in influences of urbanism styles at the time, like the Garden City, where affordable yet beautiful homes with a garden were of essence to boost overall comfort in life for the lower classes. This housing plan received roads mainly focused on walking and cycling to also conform to the style of urbanism. And well, of course, the main road looks straight out onto the mine, to remind the workers of their duty and to be the landmark in the area. In episode 164 we continued with these houses. The only thing that you can now start to notice which isn't time accurate is the different colors of the facades. In order to give the area a little more atmosphere, I did choose to make facades have different cladding, as if the later owners of the home might have changed their facades to stand out more. I know this isn't accurate for the time, but it's better than a brown copy-pasted facade and could have technically happened. One of the hardest parts of designing this area was definitely the underlying landscape combined with the 45-degree angle. Building on the 45-degree is already quite hard, but the slow incline definitely adds on to the difficulty. In episode 165 it was time to design the last buildings close to the mine, for which I designed a different type of home. The idea here was to make it look like these houses were first built with the mine itself, to house guards and other sorts of workers at night. After the mine grew, the earlier designed houses were added next to these houses, forming the eventual area. These houses being built earlier are smaller, have smaller gardens and mainly focus on cost efficiently, reflecting earlier urbanism realized by factory housing. When the design was done, it was time to start collecting materials with one of our main ingredients, straw. Straw? Yes, straw. This straw is used in our recent edition of the periphery to make bricks for our housing area, of course. All jokes aside, it was also time in episode 165 to start building these newly designed houses in-game. By using a schematic add-in as always, I imported my design into the world, adding yet another component to the Shepperton area. Since I was in quite a hurry in episode 165 after having to go somewhere in real life, it was time to do the cleanup and the final polishing of the area in episode 166. In this episode we finished up the main road, fixed some garden outlines, set some terraforming in the area and changed trees around the mine shaft tower. Well, what better to do than to work on the countryside after working on the cityscape, right? Well, in episode 167 I did as I went back to the farming area. I decided to relax for a bit and do some smaller jobs that still had to be finished, like connecting the farm to lower Shepperton, for example. In this episode we laid underground tracks, which we use for our cars, decided on the routes to and from the farm and finished up the railroad crossing and the redstone that came with it. A rather simple episode to relax and to recharge for more big additions in the future. However, it might not be that big. The improvements we did over at the branchline station are certainly bigger projects than working on the leftovers. In episode 168 we started clearing some space around the branchline station and working on the station itself. The platform canopy was extended and finished off, and the main station building got its windows changed and roof sealed. These changes though were all preparation for the next episode. And in this next episode it was finally time to really give the station an upgrade. In earlier episodes I made the plan to connect Cozy's base to the railway network through the branch line. In order to properly do this, signaling was added in episode 169. At the same time a new platform on the opposite side of the building was created, sparking a new problem: how to walk from platform to platform. Well, a footbridge of course. This footbridge was designed based on footbridges you would often see in Britain. Simple structures with a roof to give a rainless passage to the other platform. After this was done, it was time to add the final signal, benches and fences, and now we have a proper branchline station in the world. After episode 169 my head shifted 180 degrees the other way towards working on redstone for a shunting yard. In episode 170 I started off showing some new ideas that I was working on, which quickly turned into working on the thing itself. You know that area in Shepperton with 6 to 7 tracks besides each other which store a few wagons? Yeah, that's my shunt yard, which is not functional right now. In order to get it to properly function, I decided to start with some ideas and see what happens from there. For those of you who do not know what a shunt yard is, it's basically a place where wagons are sorted for different departing trains. Trains would come in, wagons would be uncoupled from those and shifted to other trains. These areas are often used to sort out goods to go to different directions in the world and were back in the day often found near big railway stations. For me, this would be another realistic thing to have next to Shepperton and would certainly add some more movement and atmosphere in the area. These early tests of the shunting system were quite successful at the time, since they did exactly what I wanted. Sadly enough, later on it turned out they were too buggy for automatic running. Will there be a fix or a new system, you might wonder? Well, there already is, but that will be something for later reviews. With that being said, that was it for this livestream recap. This episode certainly had some variation to it. Housing areas, farming, branchline work and redstone innovations all came in these episodes, and with them our world got a nice boost for the future. As always, I want to thank you so much for following along, as it really helps me to stay motivated and make more plans. If you want to check out these live streams, be sure to join my Discord down below to get notified when I'm live, or follow me here on YouTube to get community notifications. If you are looking for my schematics, some can be found over at my Discord and others at my Patreon page. Again, I'd like to thank you for watching. This is ImagineerDave signing off, so bye bye.